Welcome back for another yummy update, friends. So we are continuing our joyful July run. This is Ethereum. Ethereum, friends, is cranking. Right now, it's going towards the top of this wedge thing out here. We do have big resistance that's been formed over many years. But hopefully, this just basically doesn't spend that much time here and we're able to pop up. Ethereum at around almost $3,800, cranking up on through. It is like the 7th time now revisiting it. Wow, 7th time coming back. Hopefully we break it on this occasion. It's been quite a ride, hasn't it? It's been like absolutely disastrous when you look at this doji what happened out here, man. All the way down here, we just bounce right back up. You're seeing Tumblr and all the other institutions coming out for their love of meth. And they deserve a pumpy G. Of course they do. We all love meth, don't we? ETH-BTC ratio is still garbage, 0.032. Remember, it's down, friends. You got to remember, like, why Ethereum, it let the whole industry down, all right? Why? It's because Ethereum, after everything they've been doing, all the applications and stuff, Ethereum, friends, the ETH-BTC ratio is still down 80% since June 2017. That's 8 years, man. You're down 80% after 8 years. Like, okay, with XRP, we get it. XRP didn't have any tech. It's the XRP army. How much really could you really pump it? Okay, we get it. But Ethereum is the hotbed of innovation of the world. Uniswap creation, all the perps, oracles, everything, man. DeFi. Like, we put banks on the freaking blockchain. Do you understand, friends? If you add up all the payment solutions in the world, all their market caps and banks and everything out here, it's 18 trillion. We were able to put banks in code on the chain. Do you understand? 18 trillion. We can do it now. All of it. We can actually do it. All the rails. And guess what? Didn't mean anything. Ethereum still got crushed. All right? That's the saddest part when it comes to all these. So, ETH, friends, ETH-BTC, hopefully this does continue up to, say, back to the spot ETF price of 0.055. And, you know, the range, if the Bitcoin is 200, 250K, Ethereum is looking anywhere from $11,000 to $14,000 US. Hopefully we do get there, okay? Well, there's no guarantees. Of course, friends, I showed you this in juicy news. We've got to go through it again, man. Uncle Peter Schiff is turbo bearish on Ethereum. He's called for everybody to sell their Ethereum and buy Bitcoin. He goes, and even as much as it pains me to say this, selling Ethereum and buying Bitcoin, he said, is a better trade than just holding Ether. So basically what he's saying is he's bullish on Bitcoin dominance. He's bearish on ETH-BTC. And obviously we're taking the other side of that. So that's beautiful. That's absolutely wonderful out here. Lucky Luke chimes in with the mid-curve meme. Nice logo. But the mid-curve are in the middle. But the coin does nothing. Invest in my digital pet rock. Very interesting. You know, the only thing that gold does differently than Bitcoin is that gold can be used, I guess, for teeth, and it has that little industrial use, which Uncle Peter Schiff says, whoa, industrial use. We're like, bro, it's only 10% of its market cap. You know, if you remove all the premium that gold gets, you drop its price by 90%. Gold wouldn't be 3,500 or whatever it is. It'd be like $350 if you just went to the industrial use. Kind of funny. That's just what it is, right? That's just how it works. Yeah, it really is how it works. Now, PulseChain, friends, whoever made this, by the way, man, this is a genius video. This is so good. Giant, round, fat gut. PulseChain is a... Oh, man, whoever made that, dude, it is giant, fat, big belly, yeah. Man, this is stuff that goes viral, man. We're having fun. So, PulseChain's about 11x away. It's got to do 11x, and then you'll break even against Bitcoin after 4 years, man. Man, I really hope it does hit. I really hope it does hit 100 billion market cap. This is funny. RH is going to remember this, so this is the funny stuff. You understand, man? This is the gold. This is the stuff, man. This is so good. When our prices go up, okay, friends, do you think people are going to be reading 15-page essays about decentralization, liberty, freedom? They don't read that, dude. They don't read that. If they did read that, they'd already be in. The people who aren't in, this is the stuff they're going to react to, okay? This is the stuff they're going to be reacting to this. So you understand how, look, that means nothing by itself, okay? Of course, it's funny. But, friends, if PulseChain is 10x higher, okay? If it's 10x higher, People get FOMO, man. Imagine you're circulating that with this big fat belly, fupa, jumping around. Do you understand how funny that is, man? Because it's funny for everyone who missed out. It's funny for us because they're like, oh my gosh, it was so obvious all along. Lean in. Lean in. That's why it's funny, man. That's why it's going to be funny. So yeah, don't think of a perspective of you've lost. You got to think about it like as if you're winning, okay? Speaking of winning, we're here to mog everyone. Yeah, we're back. I've just written go to moon. So it really feels like a switch has been flipped, right? In the past, week or so with Ethereum coming back. Hopefully, this really does continue. As you saw as well, friends, Michael Saylor buying more BTC as usual, programmed in. His average price is it's almost $72,000, right? I'm not going to be concerned until he hits above 100K, but just don't concrete yourself into that. As well with this return, friends, Richard Hart's sacrifice position with the Ethereum stash, it's back to break even. So here we are. I've added it up here. So look into rh.com, can show you that. Remember, there's 166,000 Ethereum out here. That's absolutely cranky G for the rest of us. What's it going to do? I don't know. I did speculate last year, friends, that it might not even move at all. It would be like the best PSYOPs where we have absolutely everything because it keeps everybody in. You basically never sell. And no one would believe you, by the way. No one would believe you because like all he has to do is at the top is rotate a bit in. That'd be funny. He rotates like 5,000 ETH in. And then everyone's like, oh, it's starting. And then nothing actually happens after that. That'd be funny. But the big move happens before that. That'd be the most bullish thing if you get to the targets and you haven't even deployed the sack. Friends, this is PulseX. PulseX, if it reached the highest fib, it's 22x away. Now, PulseX has a super aggressive buy and burn. That's actually crazy, remember? Because PulseX's friends, it's buy and burn. Can you believe it? Man, we've bought and burned now 7.45%, maybe even higher now. Yeah, 7.45% of the total user supply. So removing the origin address. Man, that's huge. It just keeps cranking. We haven't even had a bull market or anything. This is with Bitcoin dominance still like pretty much high. This is with ETH-BTC still getting crushed. Okay, so remember, PulseX is real DeFi, and the buy and burn will become turbo nuclear during the pump season, which is soon. Think of PulseX, friends, like a decentralized BNB coin, because with BNB, they have to manually do it on the exchange. So they collect all the fees and all the tokens, and they rotate into BNB, and they leave it for a bid. And you can see that with a very strong BNB ETH chart, which has been a great store of value, right? But remember, PulseX is decentralized, so what it will do is it'll go faster in the bull and it'll go deeper down in the bear. Because in the bear, you're losing volume and people are just net selling, but the buy and burn's not making up for it. Whereas what BNB do, because they manually fix it, it's kind of like government control, right? The BNB, what they do is because when BNB is going up, I'll show you in the just by natural causes, if you will. I'll show you the BNB. Let's look at the BNB ETH ratio. That's pretty good, right? BNB, friends, during our bear market, it has a bid, right? Look at this. It goes up as Bitcoin goes down. They just leave a bid. You understand? So they don't come out and just start smacking market just because for the sake of it, right? They leave it as a bid, and it's defensive, right? Because if you just leave it as a bid, everybody sells into you, but it's like hard to chew through, right? Whereas with PulseX buy and burn, as the volume's going up, it's basically attacking the offers. It's eating up, right? So yeah, obviously in a bear market, all the volume dries up. That's why that buy and burn is going to like pretty much slow down for PulseX. But BNB is defensive one, right? And they manually do it. So I guess this is going to be very exciting if we actually do crank up. Here we have Bluey the bear token. I love owning the entire effing casino, baby. Posture straight as an arrow, ready to liquidate the hunchbacks. Let's go, friend. And here we have Aaron as well. What's Aaron saying?
It's got the word sex in it.
Thank you. Got
sex in it.
Wow, there you go, sirs. There you go. So remember, PulseX, friends, will probably be the world's most expensive market cap DEX once it finally goes through. But actually with Hyperliquid, it's not really a real full DEX. But yeah, maybe Hyperliquid takes that point, that trophy for it. But I can't really call it a trophy because like it's just at least it's showing you what can happen out here. Also, friends, what we see is Crapo is bearish again. Thank you to Crypto Mother. Crapo is still bearish. So look, I'm just going to tell you now, okay? This is, you wanted a yummy update? I'll give you a yummy update. Don't look for shorts anytime soon. Just don't do it. Something's going to go down and not work out. I don't give a crap, okay? Just don't look for shorts. Your brain should not even be thinking about shorts at all, okay? The total crypto industry, it's not 5 trillion yet. It'll go on to 10. You shouldn't be looking for shorts, man. You shouldn't. Instead, what you're already waiting for is obviously silly things are going to happen. Things are going to go up. You're going to think it's expensive. Then guess what? It's going to go up even higher. Remember, friends, your favorite librarian, Mia Khalifa, bought Doge after it did a 10x in like freaking 14 days. And then everyone thought she bought the top of Doge. That was 8 billion market cap. Guess what? It did another 10x after that. Okay? It did like 60 days of sideways, did another 10x. Okay? So we're going to see something silly like that. All right? Don't look for shorts, man. Don't look for shorts. Because to look for shorts, it means you're like not looking for longs anymore. Okay? You shouldn't even be doing that, right? It's kind of like, let's say you're at the beach. You're going to the public bathrooms, right? Don't look for a wife in the public bathroom. You know what I mean? Your brain shouldn't be thinking about, I want to find the love of my life. You get it? They shouldn't match. You don't look for shorts now. You can't. I'm telling you. Well, you can try. You get wrecked. All right, and you're gonna get the cute little. They're gonna be super fast drops, and it's gonna give you this dopamine hit, but it's not worth it. Okay. Crapo saying, if you feel like you're missing out, don't worry. As I always say, there will always be opportunities, even better ones. I've been bearish since May, and yes, the market bounced hard, etc., etc. I expect a massive recovery into October, November. He's always been bearish, by the way. So, look, this is what you play for, right? It's a believer cycle, okay? The bull market's going to crank. Remember, friends, even Google search trend for altcoins, look at this. It's gone parabolic. See that on the far right? We're literally going parabolic. So we're literally entering where we were back in 2021. That's wild. Altcoins. So everyone's searching altcoins. I want to get into altcoins. It's surprising that the point of inflection was, Bitcoin 120K. That's why it went worse than expected. I thought initially it was going to be 60. And then as the cycle went out, I was like, man, I don't think 60K is enough of the point of inflection. Maybe 100K. And I stuck by 100K. Then we got to 100. Didn't do anything. Right? We got dicked there pretty much. So now we're at 120K. As you can see, Bitcoin 120K struggling and Ethereum and the altcoins finally starting, right? But that's business cycle taking forever. In the next cycle, it's going to happen earlier. I'm very sure it's going to happen earlier. I just don't know when. All right? That's why, look, you go through the formula and you play it all out again. Everyone's probably going to have PTSD and they're probably going to get caught the other side next time. Ethereum finally back to its 3,750 price. After 8 years of torture on its ratio, we might finally start to go up. Here is a 4,000 IQ alien trying to basically just, hang around, pretend, just assimilate into the human population out here. So yeah, friends, expect more good news coming out. Trump family and all these things. None of it really matters, man. I want Ethereum above $5,000, and so do you. Like, subscribe, catch you soon.